86,400. That's how many seconds that we have in a day, every single day, every 24 hours. And trust me, there's some people that just make those days feel like forever. These are some things and people that just grind my gears. And trust me, we've all been through, we've all experienced these people at some point in our lives. And I'm just gonna finally talk about them. First and foremost, we have the Debbie Downers, people who just make excuses just constantly all the time. These are the absolute worst people to be around. Why? Because they're energy vampires. Get those people away from me. Number one, every time you talk to them, they always see the worst out of things. They're always talking bad happen in their life. And trust me, I know life's for a lot of people. But when that's a constant in your life, trust me, it's not what's happening around you, it's just you. We all experience life. We all experience hardships. We all experience trials and tribulations. But for a lot of people, they almost wear that as a badge of honor for them. Like you talk to them, the first thing they're saying like, it's Wednesday. I gotta go home to see my family. I gotta go hang out with my kids. I gotta go to the gym. Like people like that. And then when things bad happen, they're always wondering where it could have went wrong. What happened to them to get them to this situation? And look internally. Get those people away from you. Those are the worst people because they'll drain you. They'll have you thinking like them if you hang out around them long enough. It's like that old saying, one bad apple can ruin a bunch, and one bad person with a bad attitude is always making excuses for their life, who never seems like they can ever see themselves as the issue or the problem. They're the ones that are always looking for a solution, everything else but themselves. Yeah, get those people away from you if you want to be happy, if you want to be successful in anything. Trust me, those people grind my gears because what I want to do is Spartan kick them anytime they get close to me. And trust me, I'm empathetic. I have a high EQ, but I'm not opposed to accountability and perspective. The next thing that grinds my gear is PIP plans. And for my people in corporate, you understand what I'm talking about. These are the performance improvement plans. Worst things to ever be on. If your company or your manager puts you on these plans, you better quit. Because sooner or later, they're either gonna run you out of there or they're gonna fire you. These are the worst plans because A, they are super micromanaging you. They're trying to see you slip up in every small detail they can. They're trying to make sure that if they have any ammunition when they try to fire you or they try to bring up any of these incidents in any meetings. These plans are so terrible. And trust me, they'll try to gaslight you into believing, hey, we're just giving you this as a precautionary to help you improve in your sales. And as soon as you hit XYZ metrics and mumbo jumbo, we'll take you off. Bullshit. These plans are here to run you out. These plans are here to dictate how you move about every day, for you to be walking on eggshells, for you to be always constantly looking over your shoulder because at some point you know that they don't trust you anymore. And the worst thing about being on these plans is because now you have to come into the office or any kind of workspace and know that, hey, your manager's looking for the littlest things to fire you. You can't relax. You already don't like your job. The PIP plans just make your job 10 times harder. I was on one of these plans and trust me, my managers did not like me. But the good thing about it is that their higher ups above them like me. But they still wanted to put me on a PIP plan to tell me it's here to help me. It's here to help me grow better as a worker. And trust me, I understand there's certain situations that need that, but in most situations they don't. And don't try to let them gaslight you into believing that. As soon as I was on the PIP plan, I truly would come into work and dread the day. The day could not go by fast enough because I knew that they were just waiting. If one document was wrong, they were waiting. If I didn't do everything perfect, even though that they weren't doing it perfect, they were waiting. So to me, I was like, nah, F that, I'm leaving. PIP plans are for the birds. If you find yourself in one of these, start looking for a new job because I promise you, they're looking for your replacement ASAP. The next thing that pisses me off and grinds my gear is passive-aggressive people. These people are the most annoying people ever. A, because they try to hide it behind a veil of being nice. The passive aggressive person is somebody who's going to try to throw backhanded compliments, who's trying to smudge your name behind your back. These people will try and make it seem like everything is good and dandy. You guys are buddies, best friends, but secretly they don't like you. Secretly they have something against you. Secretly they have a grudge against you. But guess what? They're not confident enough to tell you. So guess what? They're gonna throw subtle jabs at you when you're talking, when you're hanging out, making, like I said, a lot of backhanded compliments, side remarks, not always trying to downplay what you're doing. And they're just waiting. These people are one of the worst people out there because, like I said, they try to make it seem like everything is good. You come up to them, they're like, no, there is no issue. I'm good. But deep down inside, they're fighting some demons trying to hold back what they really feel about you. And you feel it. So when you find people that are passive aggressive, call them out. Make it uncomfortable. Blow up the spot. Don't let them sit in that veil of uncomfortability and try to be nice. Nah, address the issue right then and there and make them have that hard conversation. Because at some point it's gonna come out. And at some point you're gonna get fed up from getting these constant attacks on you from them that you're gonna blow up. So I'm telling you, be the bigger person, bring it up first, and I promise you, they're not gonna have anything to say after that because they know that you're not gonna take it because you're always gonna call them out on their BS. Those people, scourge, don't like them. These people next might be the worst of the worst. Internet grifters, people who are trying to sell you a dream because they see that you're vulnerable, they see that you're in a place of desperation, and they're trying to take advantage of it. People who sell you a course, people who tell you to come to their mastermind, people who know that at the end of the day that you're trying to sell them a pipe dream that you can't even deliver yourself. We're in a day and age where AI and all these, we have so many resources that we can lean on that people are still getting hit with the, hey, I can turn $10 into $10,000. This was high and prevalent, especially during the pandemic with the Forex people. These people were terrible. If you were doing Forex, if you were P9300, posting on Instagram, all these fake accomplishments, meeting in Airbnb, screaming, popping bottles, those people, they need a documentary. Because these people, if I see a bar chart on your Instagram or your any social media, talk about, hey, if you don't like your 9 to 5, what are you doing? Come join, come day trade. Knowing that I'm going as high as say 90% of the people that were doing Forex and trading, A, didn't know how to trade, and B, were losing a whole lot of money. I just generally don't like people like that because they're grifters. They're taking advantage of people. They're trying to hide behind the veil of trying to be help when they're really not. And then it's even worse when it's with things that you enjoy. There's a lot of people, and I'm talking to you about those Christian grifters who are using God as a veil to sell you some kind of product, to sell you a service, to make you join something as a cult, as a religion. It's honestly very disheartening. It's honestly very grimy. It's honestly very shisty. People like that have no heart. At the end of the day, is what I can get from you, and they'll try to take you and squeeze you as much as possible. I felt guilty to one of these internet grifters that tried to sell me a course that A, didn't provide the same kind of quality that I thought I was getting, only to find out later from somebody who's actually doing what I was trying to learn at the highest level, that I was getting the most basic and rudimentary information, but packaged as some kind of quality course. They had a whole seminar. They have people feeling good about themselves, thinking they're gonna make money and change their lives. All to sell a course. High profile people that we follow on social media that are grifters, they just hide it behind a strong following. We know things like NFTs, things like crypto coins, things like anybody who's selling you some kind of MLM scam. We know those people like that. Those people, man, those people grind my gears, might be the worst than anybody else. So you tell me, am I overacting, or are these people as bad as I'm saying they are? Drop a like and comment below and tell me what grinds your gears, and we'll talk about it on the next segment.